All right, folks, we've got another Cymanti rework in beta. What is different now? Pretty much everything. Boost is now Swarm. The Altar of Peace is now the Church of Conversion. Cloaks and Daggers are now Moths and Larvae. Not to mention all the Naval changes. We're going to look at the Cymanti changes and tell you what it means for the game. Okay, let's go through the beta update. Let's start with the most glaring change. No more boosting. Instead of a boost, we have Swarm. You can tell a unit has Swarm because of the 3 little speed lines coming off it. A unit with Swarm does not increase its attack, only movement. But the movement bonus stays after attacking or claiming a village or ruin. The movement bonus from Swarm is lost after the unit is attacked, including retaliation attacks. So if a swarming hexapod can kill a rider, it can retreat 3 tiles instead of 2. This means a rider cannot pursue a hexapod after a kill unless it has roads. This is different and a bit of a trade-off. Cymanti can explore faster now if they have vision, since that movement buff doesn't go away after capturing a village or ruin. However, hexapods can no longer one-shot warriors in this update, which is a big deal, especially in the early game. Another change that affects hexapods is that creep no longer lets them move over mountains. Mountains blocking creep means you'll have some options for positioning against hexapods. Besides swarming replacing boosting, the Shaman has a couple other differences in this beta update. The unit was moved to the meditation tech, well, it's now called rituals, but that means the Shaman is easier to replace if it gets killed. This in turn can make it easier to buy philosophy since there's no useless tech in the way. And the last change, which involves the Shaman, is more about the pacifist achievement. Instead of getting the Altar of Peace by not attacking for 5 turns, Cymanti can get the Church of Conversion monument after converting 3 enemy units. Next, let's look at the changes to Cloaks and Daggers. The diplomacy tech is called Synergy. Cloaks are replaced by Moths, and Daggers are replaced by Larvae, and there's an intermediate stage called Eggs. A moth can fly, which means it has an easier time reaching enemy cities than cloaks. Then, when it infiltrates a city, it poisons the defending unit, plus it creates a number of eggs equal to the target city's size. Eggs cannot move or attack, but they may explode. Eggs can be very disruptive when coordinating it with an assault, but eggs on their own are not really a threat. If you wait 1 turn, eggs will hatch into larvae that are similar to daggers. Then after 3 turns, a larva will turn into a moth. Next, let's go through the naval changes. In the ramming tech, we have boomchi. These units can explode and create algae. Boomchi are amphibious. They can move 2 on water and 1 on land. Reichi no longer have that ability to explode. They're purely naval attack units. In this update, Reichi only costs 5 stars, but also only have 10 hit points. The Living Island unit can be created after researching navigation. It's a lot like a Juggernaut with the Stomp, Stiff, and Static abilities. But unlike a Juggernaut, the Living Island spawns algae with resources along its wake and costs 20 stars. Algae is now a tile. This means improvements like mycelium can be built on top of it. Also, algae appears with a resource on top, either fruit or spores. It comes with a fruit if it's built directly or spawns on the trails of a living island. Algae spawns with spores if it grows out of where a poisoned unit died or from an explosion. This is important for Clathris, as we'll see next. Also, algae tiles no longer impede movement for naval units, but they do slow land units. Clathris is now a land building and grows adjacent to spores, not algae. It is poisonous, but does not create networks. That's the mycelium. This combination of boomchi making spores and Clathrus for income is powerful. Clathrus is a bit spawn dependent, but it can give you quite a nice economic boost, and it takes less setup and tech than markets do. What do you think of these Cymanti naval unit changes? Let us know in the comments. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Do you want a cheap but very effective unit? Well, I got the thing just for you. The Rammer. 3 attack, 3 defense, 3 movement. The Rammer. Ladies and gentlemen, it will shred anything you see for the low, low price of 5 stars. When in doubt, rammer it out.
Lastly, let's go through some of the more general changes to Cymanti in this beta. You may have noticed that Cymanti starts with 1 star per turn income. However, this is a bug, like an error kind of bug, not an insect bug. All the tribes in this beta version start with 1 star less than they usually do. I'm pretty sure it's a glitch. All the tribes, except for Luxador, start with 2 star per turn income from their capital, so most likely this starting star issue will be resolved soon. However, one intentional change is that fungi are limited to level 2. That means Cymanti's early economy is limited since you need an additional tech to really grow your cities. However, recycling has something called microbes, which give all your fungus the capacity to reach level 3. This is often worth getting as your second tech. Chiton and Swordsman, now called Mantis, have the creep ability, but as we said before, creep no longer allows free movement over mountains. Poison slows units and lowers the defense by 50%, but defense bonuses, like from climbing or aquatism, are intact. In this beta, poison feels more impactful, but walls are no longer useless for protecting poisoned units. Also, poison reducing a unit's speed helps with disabling riders and knights, and it's noticeable on the water. Units with explode, like Dumux, can explode even after attacking. Also, Dumux can no longer become veterans, and their attack went down to 3.5. Finally, units that grow from younger units like dragons, centipedes, and moths carry over that health deficit that the immature unit took from being attacked. So if a segment took 5 damage before, when it grows into a centipede head, it only has 15 health. Okay, those are all the Cymanti rework changes. We'll have a link to the changelog in the description. Want to try it out? For now, the Cymanti rework beta is only available for testing through the Steam platform. See the Steam link in the description. Next, right-click on the Battle of Polytopia in the Library tab and go to Properties. Select the Beta section and input the code polytopiaplaytest, all one word. It may take a few moments to load. You know it works when it says Cymanti Playtest in brackets. To give feedback to Midjuan on this new beta, head to the official Polytopia Discord server. A link to the server is also in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to get more pro Polytopia content. Join our Discord. Come play Polytopia with us. A link to the Discord server is in the description. Take care. See you on the next one.